Welcome to Living Well. What is it to be living well? Well, living is in large part wellness. So this show has been created to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about your health, but your doctor forgot to tell you. Why did your doctor forget? Well, maybe you didn't ask. But today we will. And we'll ask the questions to a group of doctors, each with a unique story to tell. Joining us on the show today, Dr. Sandy Kamiak, holistic and homeopathic physician, board-certified plastic surgeon, Dr. Tony Pham, and Dr. S. Chris Harayan, medical director of the Neat Feet Podiatry Laser Center in San Jose. Their expertise meets our questions right now on Living Well. And we begin with Dr. Sandy Kamiak. Doctor, welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start with a little background here on your practice and how your approach to medicine helps your patients in the way that it does. How does this work?
For the longest time, I've always sought to work with the whole person. That is, looking at symptoms or problems at a physical, emotional, mental level. So wholeness is connected to wellness. And to be well, we need to be in a dynamic state of balance. So when people come in, I want to know what's happening in their life, their environment, and have a comprehensive interview, an hour and a half at least, where we look at everything together.
That's very interesting, and we need to see it to believe it. So Wellness Secrets video crews visited the Whole Life Center earlier this month. Let's take a look inside.
When I saw her, I felt a healing relationship possible.
Dr. Sandy has a very interesting way of asking questions that I never would have thought of.
I've been working in my practice 27 plus years, and the focus is really body, mind, spirit, to look at and work with the whole person. Physical symptoms, but also emotional, mental health, consciousness, natural healing. So that's been inclusive of vibrational medicine for me, homeopathy, after my medical training, and then going into more transpersonal counseling and growth and nutrition.
I haven't had the stamina, that I usually have.
Homeopathy, for many people, that's something new, and it's really an ancient medicine. It's been around 200 years. I use it because it's a very safe, natural treatment based on an old law of similars. It goes back to the time of Hippocrates, like curing likes, and it acts as a stimulus to help the body heal at a physical, emotional, and mental level together.
If I have particular issues, or any of us have particular issues, you can direct them to Dr. Sandy.
She really listens to each person individually and tailors what she is offering to what they are needing.
Your office looks very comfortable. I probably could just fall asleep on your couch if I went in there. But let's talk about some of the basics here with holistic healing. What is it about?
The goal is really toward wellness. Holistic healing is seeing a person as a whole unit, not just one arm or a person with panic or anxiety. It's about looking at the whole person and finding natural means to help them move into a dynamic state of balance from which they're free from imbalances that would limit their creativity in life. The goal is to be connected to their inner self, flowing, and with the potential for maximizing their life experience.
What kind of imbalances are we talking about?
Well, imbalances in the sense of symptoms. If someone's out of balance, we look at the symptoms that guide us. That might be pain in the knee, but actually the problem may be in their foot. If someone had a gorilla walk in the door, they might have some adrenaline, or if there was an earthquake. So immediately we know there's a state of anxiety, but blood pressure goes up, fight or flight, stress just in everyday life these days.
I tell you, I was cut off today by a guy in a Porsche Cayenne with New Jersey plates, so I know the feeling of that fight or flight. But let's turn the page here to homeopathy. Help us understand the basics of homeopathy.
Homeopathy is a very safe, effective system of natural medicine and healing. It's actually regulated by the FDA. It's been around for over 200 years and used in Europe, England, the United States. It's safe to use in children, adults, pregnant women, even animals. It's really within the realm of vibrational medicine, so safe and very effective as a catalyst to help a person really activate their own healing forces.
I got sick once and France and went into a drugstore in Paris and thought I could get, some Robitussin, and I got a little vial of beads. And
Absolutely.
So what was I taking?
You can do that in France and hopefully here too in some places. So the beads, they contain homeopathic medicines, which are very small diluted substances from things in nature, whether that's minerals or plants, but they are succussed, prepared in a way in homeopathic pharmacies to raise the vibration of that substance while reducing the toxicity. So they're safe. There are no other chemical side effects, which is really wonderful. So it's a catalyst in the sense of, if I can give you an image, a tuning fork effect, finding that right vibration based on the total symptom picture of the person to activate their own healing mechanism.
Let's talk about the benefits of seeking wellness in a holistic manner. What are they?
Yes. The benefits are more vibrancy, wellness. If you don't have limitations, whether that's a physical pain or an emotional stuckness, you can be there for yourself, be balanced in your work, life, play, connection to your family. But inwardly, the other goal here is shifting in consciousness. And that's the deeper goal of most people I know who are involved in healing and wellness. So to be of service, and in fact the highest definition of homeopathy in the book, The Science of Homeopathy, is about that, removing the obstacles to healing, and then with that the person can be connected to their highest truth, potential, creativity, and can assist in whatever their highest goals are.
Okay, that is good information to have, and I want people to have even more information about how to get in touch with you. One way is to visit the website, wellnesssecrets.tv. And if you want to visit Dr. Kamiak's office in person, every Monday there's a wellness hour from 6 to 7 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us here on Living Well. So nice to very nice to meet you. I'll tell you, when we come back, Living Well will continue and talk plastic surgery and safety. Sometimes a doctor performing plastic surgery isn't a plastic surgeon. What you might want to know in moments. Welcome back to Living Well. It's good to see you. We're here with Dr. Tony Pham. Dr. Pham, welcome to our studios. Talk to me a little bit here about plastic surgery and what's important about choosing the right plastic surgeon.
Well, Lawrence, it's actually very easy. What you want to do is check the surgeon's training and education, and you want to make sure that you're dealing with a board-certified plastic surgeon. And the American Society of Plastic Surgery has a website, plasticsurgery.org, that you can go on there and check your surgeon's certification.
So like some politicians don't pay taxes, they get vetted, they get thrown out of the process. People do need to find out through the internet if the plastic surgeon that they're having the surgery with is actually a plastic surgeon, because it'd be maybe another kind of doctor. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want people to see your office and what you're doing at your office. Wellness Secrets video crews went out there to take a look, and let's show the people.
Hi, good morning. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Plastic surgery has always attracted me because of the creativity and the ability to help people on a daily basis. Plastic surgery has really advanced over the last several years in that it's not really just for movie stars and celebrities anymore. Even regular people can take advantage of today's science and technology in having safer surgeries with shorter recovery times. Dr. Yang and I are going to keep you safe and comfortable the whole time. All the operations are done in the operating room with state-of-the-art equipment and a team that is specialized in doing this day in and day out. Our office is like a family and just as close as a family atmosphere in the way that we treat each other and the patients. We had a great operation thanks to the team. I think she'll be very happy. We really can read each other's mind, and that we know what we need to do to give the patient a great operation. They have a short recovery of about 3 to 4 days, and typically patients return to a lot of their activities after about 5 to 6 days. You're in the recovery room and you're just waking up from the anesthesia. We're already finished. As your wellness plastic surgeon, our #1 goal is your safety and comfort, and the bottom line is to give you the very best possible result.
I would like to say, doctor, what don't you like about yourself? Because most of the background I have on plastic surgery is watching the doctors of McNamara Troy on Nip Tuck. But let's separate fact from fiction. What are we seeing sometimes on television and the movies that's not real in the realm of plastic surgery?
Well, a lot of times on these shows, it's for entertainment. So what you really want to understand is that plastic surgery is being done by everyday people, and they're getting great results if they do it in a safe manner, in a safe circumstances.
Now, these are themes we're talking about, and you know, again, we kind of went into this segment saying you may get surgery that's plastic surgery by someone who's not a plastic surgeon. How does that happen? Well,
amazingly, it's possible for any physician to claim that they can do plastic surgery, and it's difficult to find out unless you do the homework and check to see if that person that's claiming that they're going to provide you with plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery is a plastic surgeon.
What kind of procedures are we talking about?
It can be anything from liposuction to facelift to breast implants. Really, you really want to be careful and do your homework.
Okay, well, as far as safety goes, I mean, what are a couple of the key elements to make sure that you are checking out before you would go under the knife and change yourself? What safety factors are we looking at here?
It's very easy, actually. We talked already about checking to make sure that your surgeon is a plastic surgeon, checking to make sure that the facility that you're going to have the surgery at is accredited, fully staffed, and has all the equipment and technology ready for you. And then what's the plan afterwards? If something goes wrong, what is the surgeon's approach to dealing with it?
Well, let's talk about best case scenario. Surgery goes great, everything is exactly like you wanted it to be. How do you ensure the best recovery, though, for your patients? How's that done?
Number one is a lot of planning before we even have surgery, so that the patient understands exactly what needs to be done. The second part is we spend a lot of time in contact with the patient, myself personally and my staff, so that throughout the recovery process, we're right on top of any problems or any concerns immediately.
Can plastic surgeons be like bartenders and just cut people off and say, you got to know when to say when? I mean, when is too much plastic surgery too much? Joan Rivers, Jerry Jones, what are we talking about here? Like, what's too much?
It really is a conversation and a decision between the patient and the surgeon to decide that point. But
right.
Any ethical surgeon will be able to guide you in telling you when it's too much.
But can scan only go so far? I mean,
sure. We're not magicians, like you said.
And the trickiest type of plastic surgery, what would that be? Just curious.
The trickiest plastic surgery are any surgeries of a redo nature, secondary surgery. It's much, much easier to get a great result the first time around. The second time around is much more difficult.
I can't thank you enough for all of the information. So great to have you on the show. I'll tell you, for more information on Dr. Pham and his practice, visit wellnesssecrets.tv. And if you want to visit Dr. Pham's office for a free consultation, call to make an appointment. It's that simple. Coming up later in our show, we will talk to Dr. Horian on the subject of lasers in podiatry. You want to stay tuned. Welcome back to Living Well. We're talking feet and lasers with Dr. S. Chris Horian of the Neat Feet Podiatry Laser Center in San Jose. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show. And I want to ask you first off here about some of the new laser technology that your practice is using to kill nail fungus without medication.
Absolutely, laser. This is a brand new technology that has a wavelength of this cold laser that goes through the nail, and with the laser light kills the nail fungus underneath the nail. There's no pain, there's no downtime, and there's no side effects from this at all.
How does the laser know how to do this?
I don't know. It's this laser guru developed this. This guy's been working on it for 40 years, and he developed this, and it's developed by a company called Patholaze in Chico, California, and it's absolutely amazing technology.
I think we need to see it. And Wellness Secrets video crews went to your office and captured the video of the laser, which you can see here. There's no pain, there's no drugs involved. Let's take a look.
Hi, Orlando. I'm Dr. Harain. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. After 36 years, one of the greatest things that I have when I get up every morning, and most every morning, is to be with people, to help them with their foot problems. It's very gratifying to be able to come in and provide help for people where they haven't been able to find it anywhere else. Good. I see we have a patient here for the laser treatment.
Correct.
Well, I think I bring a certain expertise in these areas, mainly because of my experience of having an excellent training program here in California many, many years ago. There are a few areas that I feel I'm really specialized in to take care of foot problems. I'm going to raise you up here, Orlando. Hey, JD. Nice to see you. One is bunionectomies. We have developed a wonderful technique to deal with these where people are back in their shoes and back to activity in a few weeks. And the other area is this new laser treatment for fungus toenails. We were able to get one of the first machines delivered outside the clinical trials. It's a great new technology that's easy to apply and seems to be very effective for a problem that's been difficult to treat in the past. We all have to have eye protection on with this particular kind of lasers. In patient care, I've dedicated my professional life to continue to stay on top of new technology, deliver this in an appropriate way when needed. You should choose me as your podiatrist because of my experience, our team commitment to quality care, and with the latest technology, we can provide you with an improved quality of life.
Well, the lasers look cool, and the sunglasses look cool as well.
Don't they look great?
One of the benefits. Now, this is a one-time treatment?
Yes, one-time treatment. It's 88% effective in the clinical trials, and it's comparable to the drugs that have been on the market for about 12 years. The problems with the drugs is they had a lot of side effects. You had to test patients for liver function. They had to take this pill for 3 months. So this is a non-medication treatment for the fungus that has been absolutely spectacular.
This is one of the things that weren't really talked about outside of maybe people's families for a long time until that animated fungus guy came on TV with selling the drugs for it.
Oral drugs, that's right.
Those drugs you say do work eventually, but why is this a better alternative, really?
Well, because there's no side effects from it. You don't have to do any testing of the drug for liver function problems. You don't have to worry about skin allergies. And I've had these kind of problems in my patients because I've been using that other drug for about 10 or 12 years until this became available.
You do so much more, though, than just lasers and nail fungus in your practice. But I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, are you gelling?
No.
Okay, but does that stuff, because people think over the counter, you can go pick up stuff that'll help your feet immediately. Does that kind of stuff work, or does that too only work up to a point?
It can work in very simple cases, and where we run into problems is people keep using a product over and over again. Say they want to remove a wart. They may, you had a little thing here about this stuff that freezes off, or if they put the light acid on. It can get into problems if they put it on too long.
Well, I wonder because, I had plantar wart and was out running, and then it migrated to another foot, surprisingly. And you try these type of over-the-counter things, and they only work to a point, it seems.
It will. Like this would work great on the top of the foot where the skin is thin. On the bottom of the foot, it actually would make it spread. And this is something that freezing has been around for a long time, and there's much better treatments that are available now that are really comfortable, that take away those kind of problems that the doctor applies himself.
Well, one of the things that's also important for people to understand is that a lot of your overall health is related to the base, and
Absolutely.
The base is your feet. And even if you could show us with the model here, what are common things that people can maybe do to not have to visit a podiatrist immediately? What are some things preventative?
One of the most common complaints that all podiatrists get, or anybody that's dealing in foot problems, is pain on the bottom of the heel. And that's where this ligament comes back and partially detaches from this back area. And there's some very simple things you can do. You can rest, you can stretch, and you can put ice on this. If you put ice on for 6 to 8 minutes, that'll help to relieve that inflammation. If that doesn't clear it up in a few days, you really need to see your podiatrist, because it has to be diagnosed correctly, and we do that in our office with diagnostic ultrasound, and then we treat it appropriately. And when we treat it, we can clear almost all of these up without surgery now. which is absolutely incredible. We used to have to do surgery on about 10% of these. Now it's less than 2%.
Is foot exercise at all important in preventative medicine here?
Exercise is important, and if your feet are a problem, you know this old adage, if your feet hurt, you're hurt all over. When your feet hurt, you can't exercise. And particularly with our population aging, becoming older, you need your feet to get around, to be active on. And good foot health really promotes that kind of activity and results in a healthy lifestyle.
What else can the lasers be useful with besides fungus? Are there other applications?
This laser is specifically for fungus. I have another laser that many of us have used in dermatology for a long time, which is a CO2 laser, and that's to destroy things and burn things off. And of course, you have to have anesthesia for that and numb it up. So each laser has a different property and is used differently.
Yeah, I don't mean to bother you with the troubles I was having with the Wartners freezing the thing off.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Did it go away?
No, and I had to like cut it out with like nail clippers and stuff. Like, and I don't think that was the right thing to do, and that's why I'm bringing it up. Right?
Great. Come in and see me, and we'll get rid of it
may need
and
to,
keep you running.
I hope to. The information I need is at wellnesssecrets.tv, and if you want to visit Dr. Ho-Ryan's office, well, listen, a consultation is on the way. All you need to do is call that number right there on your screen. He's in San Jose. And when we come back, Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lawrence.
It's really fun. I'll tell you, a final look is on the way at today's Doctors and what we learned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Living Well. So what did we learn today? Environmental factors such as stress can be a major factor in our health. And just because a doctor is willing to perform plastic surgery, that doctor may not be an actual plastic surgeon. And lasers are a pain-free and drug-free approach to eliminating nail fungus. How do you want to get in touch with these doctors? Well, check them out on the web. Wellnesssecrets.tv is one place to start, and also their own websites and phone numbers, as you see on the screen. That's Dr. Kamiak, who we talked about the shifts that we're experiencing, not just in our nation, but in our communities and the planet as well, as how far that's going to affect wellness. And Dr. Pham, who you can reach through his own website and a phone number right there, talking about plastic surgery and making sure you do it safely. And finally, Dr. Ho-Ryan and the laser technology at the Neat Feet Podiatry Laser Center. Again, the information is available at wellnesssecrets.tv. Our thanks to Doctors Kamiak, Pham, and Ho-Ryan. As we always say, if you're not living well, you're not living. We'll see you next time. Catch us next Thursday at 11 a.m. Thanks for watching.